Welcome to Social Genius, brought to you by Drunk on Social, where we help you stay ahead of social media trends, share the latest news, and highlight the strategies that are working to help you grow your business. Now let's join our hosts, Tristan and Jeff, in 3, 2, 1.
As the end of the year wraps up, it is time to discuss trends for 2024. They've already been being discussed. We have an article sitting in front of us here today that's 34 predictions for marketers. Tristan, that's way too freaking many. So let's narrow it down to like 2. What do you say?
I think that's dude, I'm not gonna 30 what?
34.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Let's just do 2. I agree with you.
All right. So we've both kind of glossed over this article. What is the number one? And let me just say this. Let me start this episode by saying the word trend is overused anymore. Like, screw trends. And I think that's going to kind of lead into what we're going to talk about, that stop chasing trends and just focus on being yourself. It's a strategy for some, but I think some of us get so caught up in trends, it paralyzes us. We don't do shit. And so let's talk about, the word of the year as per the dictionary. I don't know if you saw this. The word of the year for 2023 was authentic.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Oxford word that was just added, which was Riz.
Oh, I just learned about this yesterday. Did you know what the Riz? Speaking of trends, holy shit.
I did. I knew that. I'm like, oh, good word. Good word.
I was at my niece's 12-year-old birthday party, and there's a Riz of like pickup lines. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I'm like, show me. And then they start doing it. And then I Google it and I start going in with them. And it was so fun, actually.
That's awesome.
I'm a child at heart. All right.
That is so good.
Back to the topic at hand.
All right. 2 things. Let's start with one. The second one, I think, will be a surprise for most of you. We're going to hold off on that. The first one's easy, man. It's AI. That's exactly what it is. Artificial intelligence. That includes everything that you can think of that is machine based. So we're going to throw in there augmented reality. We're going to throw in there anything you see that on TikTok allows you to have filters or any of those cool things. That's AI. That's what we're going to throw it into, or else we'd have like 34. Okay, we don't want to do that. Jeff, with AI, here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing people now try to figure out how to not be on the videos and put AI on there. I'm seeing even the lack of the original voice on there, somebody else's voice, robot AI voice, right? I'm seeing a lot of that. And I think it comes from 2 places. One, some people aren't comfortable on camera. I understand that. But mostly I'm thinking, and I'm seeing companies and people and even influencers. You sent me something, right? Which was awesome and hilarious, the AI model. But I'm seeing companies and people say, hey, I think we can scale this and we don't even have to be in it.
Yeah.
I think it's a wrong move. What do you think?
Yeah. I giggle every time I come across this stuff. And as you were just talking about it, I think I was kind of smirking because I'm thinking to myself, this is just another, quote unquote trend that is, go ahead. Like, here's the way I think about it. I'm going to continue to be authentic because I've worked that muscle and it's now easier for me. And anybody can do the same thing. Like, I didn't come from theater school. You didn't come from video school, marketing school, none of that stuff, right? We just learned and we got uncomfortable and we did it. And I kind of welcome this trend because I agree that we are going to become more and more adept at picking this stuff out. It's like the new bots now that you've probably saw the dialers, and I could easily pick it out, but consumers may not, but we're going to become so good at picking that out. I still believe the people that are the ones who are real are going to create the bigger advantages. They're the ones that are going to see through. I think the platforms are going to favor it.
Yeah, I think so too, because the platforms want to keep you engaged with real things, or else, like, dude, if it didn't, then that means robots are showing up and who's engaging with them? Other robots? Is this at that point? It's like, why are you even doing anything?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's to me, it's ridiculous. I think there's room for it if it's used wisely, but I'm also seeing it being used irresponsibly, right?
Describe what that means. Describe what that means. Irresponsibly.
Irresponsibly to me means lazy. Like you're letting AI create the video for you, and then you're letting it create the words. It doesn't feel like it's lazy, right? It's like, oh shit, I'm smart. I figured out how to scale this and grow this, right? Because you could easily, and I'll tell you the website so you can take a look at this. It is because we're testing it out, obviously. Doesn't mean we're lazy, okay, damn it. Just we're testing it out. I'll show you what it is. It is, I just did this. Shinefy. Shinefy. Shinefy.com. You can, in essence, tell it like ChatGPT, tell it what you want to create. Let's say you wanted to create a short history lesson on the fall of the Roman Empire, right? Since men talk about the Roman Empire daily, Jeff, there it is. That's daily for you. And then it creates the video graphics for you. And then it also tells the story behind it, whatever that story is, with an AI voice. So you can literally create 30 of these if that's what you wanted to do, and put it onto TikTok or Instagram. And these work. I mean, people are getting thousands of views on these. I'm watching them. I'm like, how do they do that? But then how are you connecting with people? Because how you and I see it, social media is to connect people and create relationships for business.
Yeah.
It's not about this crap. So although it's smart, I feel like it's very lazy and irresponsible because you're not using it to connect with people and create relationships.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, this is exactly why I'm on the current barrage that I'm on with the content talking about how our industry, I mean, the negative consumer sentiment. Like I think if anybody doesn't realize that, you're literally, your head's in the sand. And if you don't understand why the consumer sentiment sucks, your head's like, your whole body's in the sand. Like you're clueless. And it's because of this kind of stuff that's created this. We have gotten so inauthentic because we want to become so efficient. And I get why, the premise behind it. The problem, as I've said, is like the sheer volume of salespeople is the problem. And it's probably not going to change. I mean, I guess if this continues for a while, it's going to change because people are going to have to get a day job. They're going to get a real job because they got to pay their bills. But at the same token, it's like, I don't know, dude. I mean, it's like, it's insulting. I said this in my video. It's almost insulting how many just average humans think the real estate industry is so easy. And because the barrier to entry is so low and the cost is relatively affordable, it's like, we'll do that on the side and see what happens. And then they watch other real estate agents do their crappy marketing, and then they mimic that crappy marketing. And then we've got all these millions of people doing crappy marketing and outreach and spam and cold calling and door knocking. And yeah, we pissed off the world. Are you struggling to set yourself apart in the real estate sea of sameness? Do you struggle to decide where to market, how to market, or what to put into your marketing to help you stand out? It's probably because your brand isn't dialed in. A great brand involves a lot more than a photo, a logo, and a tagline, friends. That's because people don't do business with a logo. They do business with a person. Our friends at BrandFace can help you define, develop, and display your personal brand so you can stand out, outmarket, and outsell your competition. It is time to unveil your inner star. Head to powerbrandtraining.com and check out their free training video. Again, powerbrandtraining.com. That's all one word. powerbrandtraining.com. Check out their free training video. It will be worth your time.
Yeah, because we're doing on every you just mentioned all of these different verticals for real estate prospecting. At all of those verticals, we've been irresponsible.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now on top of that, we're adding social media to that list. This
Yeah.
is why you and I are upset at this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Social's really compounded it, in my opinion, you know?
yeah, man, on
Yeah.
every level, not just for real estate agents, like at every level, right?
Yeah.
We're watching
Yeah.
it. So then what's the other piece to this? AI, that's one trend. And I'm pretty sure some people will do amazing with it. It's not something that we're going to expand on to dive deeper into on a personal brand level. What are we going to do, Jeff? Where are we focused?
As far as AI is concerned?
No, not on AI. Now we're shifting to the other one. We picked two. First trend is AI. Second trend is actually connecting with people without worrying about every other piece of tech that you can add to this, without worrying about editing, without worrying about all of these
Oh,
things,
yeah. Yeah.
being authentic,
Yeah.
right? How are we going to be more authentic with people, Jeff?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, and I know what you're gonna mention the dude on YouTube with all the muscles who is killing it. You know, he's at 244 million.
Well, no, hold on. Sam Sulik,
Yep.
2.44 million.
2.4. Sorry. Yeah. I gave him a lot of credit there. That's still
That's still a lot. I mean,
it's
from
amazing. No, it's
4,000 to
dude,
this in less than a year.
and he is posting 30-minute videos that are unedited. Now, you know, I think here's the thing I will say about this. First of all, I 1,000,000% agree with everything you just said as far as the authenticity, and I think it's getting more raw. And there was another creator that you shared a video within our Drunk on Social group that he talked about how it's simplifying it, and his wasn't no edits, but it didn't have to be as flashy. It was simpler, right? And honestly, I mean, even if you're watching, I don't know if you've noticed, but even with some of my videos, like I'm doing a lot more myself because within the editing apps, it's really easy to add like GIFs and stuff. And it's just like, I know what I want to put out. I want to get it out immediately. So I don't want to wait for my editing team, which is several days. And let's just go. Right. And so I think that's what audiences are more in tune with nowadays. I think the flashier your video, the actual worse it's going to perform. It's like there's two ends of the spectrum. There's the non-edited, talking head, boring as hell, too long, and then the over-edited, too much flashy, and you want to land somewhere in the middle. That would be the way I would describe it. And I guess if it's 1 to 10, 1 is shitty, 10 is over-edited. I'd say you probably want to be 3 or 4.
Yeah. And I think if you're watching what's happening on the authentic trend side, it's the feeling like I can connect with you on a human level that's really getting the views. Like I want to, this is, and unfortunately, dude, you hit it right on. I didn't think about this. When we're being irresponsible on social as real estate agents, we're so far away from actually connecting with people because we're being less authentic. Like I want to open up. I want you to take me through your open house and be real with me. Like, open houses usually suck, right? I only get like 3 or 4 people. I'm really trying to figure out how to get more people in this. I want that story behind it. I want to connect with you. I want the real you.
Yeah.
Right. And that on social, that's what people are waiting for. And I don't know that anyone out there has really done it that way.
I think this is where people struggle, to be honest with you. And I think we can work towards wrapping up here is they struggle with, the creativity. They struggle with the mindset that people don't care what you have to say. They struggle with, the lack of engagement, and they quit too early because they don't have a million views or a video didn't pop. And, and then they just go back to doing business stuff, and that doesn't work. And then they just probably quit on social altogether. And I think at the end of the day, I think, yeah, understanding and figuring out that I think the hard part is the way you articulated it. It was around a listing. And I think that's the struggle, is it's really hard to be super authentic around a listing unless you have a fairly creative brain. And the advantage, or the example I give to agents all the time is like, when you're selling a house, get to know the seller. first of all, you should be doing this anyway, right? You should get to know them. You should ask them about the memories they've made in this house and the stories about the house, maybe the history of the house. You should do that anyway, right? But as you're doing that, in some cases, you're going to have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 great stories to tell about this house. Then ask their permission to share that, and then use it as content to tell a story about a house. And that's a great way to be very authentic without being overly salesy and giving audiences what they want. And, I think you got to figure out ways to do that in all of your content. But still, Tristan, I believe that it goes back to that to the Sam guy. It's like the dude's clearly passionate about something. All he does is document what he's doing. And, I always use Amanda, who's with us, the tomato grower. And it's like, hey, Amanda, you're already doing this. Like, you're passionate about, you love this. You could teach people a lot of shit about growing tomatoes. So just start documenting it. She did. It's now creates opportunity. She's having more conversations. And it's like, this isn't that hard. Like, we're overthinking it. And so, find the things you're passionate about. And if you're not passionate about anything, well, get a life. Sorry.
Jeff, tell me how you really feel.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But seriously, get a hobby.
I'm joking. Not really. Not really. I'm not joking.
No, but I mean, just again, there's everybody has things that you do, and even if it's the what you think is boring, like I mean, Tristan, you always tease you when we talk about this stuff because you're into geeky things like journals and reading books, which is Star Wars helmet.
I just got this.
Dude, that's amazing. We need to do another podcast live in your office where we're wearing those things.
I just have to put the batteries in this.
If you're not watching right now, you should be. But the thing is like I tease him about it, which is actually the wrong thing to do, because if it wasn't him and I was teasing somebody else, they'd probably be like, it would get to him. The truth is, the things he's into are so incredibly relatable to so many millions of people that it's like, just talk about it. But I think we get in our heads and it's like, journals, that's so silly. This is just something that I'm into. Why would I share that on social? And then they go share every listing and every open house and every under contract. And it's like, no, share about the journals. And yeah, it's that easy, dude. It really is that easy, but so many people struggle with this.
That's so, dude, it's not just you and me. It's like, I think when we realize that it's normal to struggle with it, and we get comfortable with putting that a little bit out there, I think that's when we start connecting with people a lot, because that's what people want. People want to know that you're struggling, that you're real, that this isn't easy for you. They want to know that they don't want the opposite of what you're seeing, the flashiness, the nice car that you're driving, the amazing whatever you've got because you're in real estate. They want the opposite.
Yeah. That's part of the problem, by the way. It's that flashiness that has created this mystique to our industry that is total BS. It's the top 1% that live that lavish lifestyle, and they're anomalies and they're unicorns. And yeah. I think honestly, man, this is off subject, but I think we're in a reset right now. I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know if it's by accident, but I think this is a reset, and it really is good. In fact, I was just talking to a loan officer within the hour, and this person was really struggling. And I was like, I just think I'm going to get out of the industry. I'm like, not now. Like, you've made it this far. Now, and this person is a really good producer. Still is a good producer, but not in her own mind. And it's like, no, comparatively, you're doing incredible. And just wait, I'm telling you, like, this is going to explode. I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to explode, and get to the other side. And so for those of you listening to this that are feeling that same way, which is probably all of you, man, hang on, man.
That's it. I don't know how to end it better than that, dude. Good job.
All right. Well, like there. Yeah. End it with hang on. There we go.
Hang on.
Cool.
That was good.
It was.
Good job, buddy.
Likewise.
That was good. That was very good.
Sometimes we're just better off just fucking winging it, man.
Honestly, those two things, as I talked it over with you, that gave me a lot more clarity as to AI for social, right? AI and authenticity. I really liked how we phrased it together.
Yeah. We need to,
You know,
I would
that
say we do this for the next couple episodes, just kind of continue to talk about.
that could be our whole session for our next call, like Q&A, and then because nobody ever has a lot of Q&A, but I
Yeah.
think if we dive into the possibilities with AI, cool, let's show you, but let's actually focus on doing the simple shit. You can't edit your video? Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Dude, I still remember during COVID, and I'll let you go. The attorney who logged into his Zoom and he couldn't undo the cat. He couldn't undo being a cat. He goes, I'm not a cat.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Man.
that's the fucking best video ever because it's so authentic.
Thanks for listening to Social Genius, brought to you by Drunk on Social. We are here to help you take your business to new levels through social media. Make sure to subscribe to get updates on new episodes and come join us on our Drunk on Social Facebook page. And as always, make sure you leave us a great review on your favorite podcast app. Feedback and likes are very much appreciated.